Let's call this talk the Cat Chronicle. Let me paint the scene. Last Thursday, I was just checking the mail in the evening time. It was really dark out, and I was looking for a package for just some lotion and some stuff like that. And next thing I know, I see a black being try to get into my house. I didn't realize it was a cat, so I started talking to it through the door to see if it was friendly and, making sure it wasn't just barging through my house. Like, I didn't know anything. And I don't have animals. I've never been an owner of animals. Cats, dogs, the only thing we've ever had was really fish and birds. And they're not really intimate animals, so it's just a different experience. My parents were yelling at me to close the door and, stop basically befriending the cat and, mind my business, essentially. And so I felt really terrible because I recognized how small this cat was, and more so how cold it was outside. And so I went to my room and I prayed very hard, and I said, essentially, if you send this cat back into my life, that I would try to help it as best I could. And the next day, I was getting ready to take my shower and just get myself ready for the day. And my dad came in the house with the cat in hand. I'm supposed to help this cat. My dad brought him back outside, left for the day, and when I went to the backyard, I saw the cat. And so I gave the cat some love, some belly scratches, and he took to me very fast, which I thought was odd because normally when you have stray cats, I assume that they're not really friendly or too trusting of people. But I could easily see that this cat was extremely trusting. So that was kind of a red flag for me, that he probably wouldn't be good out in the cold all alone. So that day, I frantically got him some water and some canned tunas. That's all I had on hand. And I fed him that, and he gobbled all that down. And while he was gobbling, I'm like, okay, what's next? What am I gonna do to help this cat? And so I made that frantic video, like, please help the cat, please. I don't know what to do, in hopes that someone that was near me could take the cat and care for him. Again, because winters in Chicago are no joke. It was really cold. I think those days it was getting ready to drop down to like 20s or below that. So, imagine a little kitten out in the cold, without any food or water, just trying to fend for himself. That's all I could think about. And I'd be damned if, Lord forbid, if I walked outside and saw basically a frozen cat. That would just like ruin my heart. And so I had been working tirelessly on Friday to try to find some resources or anything that could help, or somebody that could help take the cat. I called one of my good friends from my gym class because every year she hosts a fundraiser where we go dance and she gets money. They help foster animals that have been found in basically the Northwest Indiana area. So I called her and she told me that she would bring a cat carrier for me and some straw, because that's something I did not know, that you can't give cats like blankets and stuff, because if they get wet and the temperature drops below, and they can freeze to death. So she gave me straw and the cat carrier. So I set that up outside in hopes that he would come back that day. So he didn't come back that Saturday because it rained all day, but he came back Sunday after I had ran to the grocery store. I tricked the cat to get into the carrier so I could take him to the vet to see if he was trackable. I guess people are now putting chips in their animals, understandably so they don't lose them. But he came back with no chip, and so I was on a hunt again on that Sunday to try to find someone to take him. I posted in 2 Facebook groups. Those people were extremely helpful. They were giving me all kind of information on how to care for cats, and they were forwarding my posts along to others who could potentially take the cat. I had prayed again very hard because I'm like, I know I can't keep the cat, but God sent me someone who messaged me and befriended me, and come to find out she only lives 2 blocks away from me. So I'm like, I know that God sent this person. We arranged for me to drop off the cat the next day. And that night he stayed in the basement with me. That Monday, I took him outside just to get some fresh air and to see if he could use the restroom. And he ran away from me. And my heart sank because I'm like, finally I got somebody that's gonna take you, and here you are running away. But I'm glad I was rested because I was able to chase the cat down the street and grab him and make sure he kept warm. So when we got back in the house, he took a nap, and you can see what that looks like here. And then I dropped him off. I think that my story is basically a Christmas miracle because what are the odds that somebody can take him and care for the cat within just a few days' time. So I'm very thankful for that lady who I feel like is a saint, and all the people online who helped me, you know, care for the cat while he was in my care. I learned a lot from that cat. Once more so that, you know, just to care for one another. If you see somebody or something in need, don't turn a blind eye. When I first called my non-emergency and the police, they basically told me don't feed the cat, and we don't take cats. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Just let them stay out here? And that wasn't going to be the case for me. So, hey, I don't know. But I learned that, and more so that it's okay to sometimes trust people, because the people can sometimes be trying to help you, and also to get your stretches in. Every time the cat took a nap, he got up and always stretched. If he was laying with me, he stretched. He was a stretching cat. And he was just so sweet. And I'll never forget this experience because it's something I've never experienced before. Now I think I'm better equipped. Should I come into contact with another stray, I'll know how to proceed. Till next time, hopefully it's no more strays around here because that would be very unfortunate. But yeah, always try to do your best to look out for one another. And even if you're not a religious or spiritual person, I feel like just professing things with your mouth, like if you claim or say something like I said that Thursday when I first saw the cat, I said, you know, please allow me to help this cat in any way I can. And I said it with conviction because I meant it with my whole heart. And I was then given the opportunity to make good on that promise. So yeah, y'all can see the lights is up for the Christmas tree. And hopefully I'll be back on here creating content as I normally do soon. All right, y'all, I'll see you later, and have a good holiday should you not hear from me, and eat all the good food and drink all the good eggnog and take care of yourself first and foremost. All right, y'all, bye.